Okay, so here we are. We're at Cecil Park. Saturday, June 21st, 2025. First day of summer. Graduation party. Alright, so I think this is the third time I parked at that at that parking lot this year. Trying to remember. Yeah, one time back in March. I think another one was in May. Today's June 21st. So we're going to go to the ramp. It goes to the Montour Trail. And all this moss growing on the side here. This side and that side. Looks pretty cool. It's a rough one, this ramp. Whew. It takes a lot out of you. Huh. Ready for a break already. Alright. First time I came here this year, I went that way towards Venice. Second time I went that way. I'm going to go this way again. Towards Venice. Let's look at this sign real quick. Watch where you step. Cecil Park ramp. The unadvertised ramp. Doesn't say a single word about Montour Trail down there in the park. Crazy. Yeah, when I came here in March, there were no leaves on the trees. I just came up that really steep ramp. Heart rate's doing okay. I remember when I first did it, man, I was like really worried about, is that going to be okay? Blah, blah, blah. Everything's okay. That was back in 2023. Man, I'm going to go slow right now because first, it's a little humid. Secondly, to get started, you got to go up that damn ramp. So you're already tired. We are in for some hot weather. It's going to be hot today. In the mid to high 80s, but it's going to start getting into that danger zone starting tomorrow, and it's going to get into the 90s. Be the heat wave. The whole country, part of the country, is getting that. One extreme to another. Glass Hill Bridge. Good thing it's nice and shady up ahead, because man, it is a hot one, but not as hot as it's gonna be. Cool water. My first introduction to the trail was this. Came from Cecil Park and went this way. September, I think it was like September 1st of 2023. Hi. And I was like, wow, this exists. Cool. We've gone 0.4 miles already. Wow. Hi. That view straight ahead looks really cool. Even back there, that looks pretty nice. Break out the break out the alternate video while you can. Start out right. Alright, so that's heading towards Venice, which is the way we're going. That is back towards the Cecil Park ramp. There's me heading towards Venice. Boy, this looks a lot different than when I came here in March. Got some cool pictures back in March with no leaves on the trees. Now it's like a jungle. I love this. The growth, the trees and everything right up against the edge of the trail. Trees over top. This is my idea of a trail. Scenic. It's pretty humid. I've only gone 0.5 miles and I'm already sweaty. It's pretty nice down there. See the water. So yesterday I was down in Imperial, Yellow Tunnel. Today I'm in Cecil Township. Enjoy this shade right now while you can. Once we get up to Venice, it's going to start getting more wide open. It's going to get hot. Wow, just the way that curves with the shade and everything, that looks like right up ahead. It looks like when you're up there you leave Peterswood Park and you head towards I guess you're heading towards Benicia. Basically, you're heading back down. You're heading down towards the PRT station, Library Viaduct. Love these stretches like this, where there's a curvature up ahead and a curvature behind. You don't know what's there, you know? It keeps you guessing. Let's get some alternate video of that. I love this. Compare these videos right here. We're taking this right here to the ones back in March when there were no leaves on the trees. Let's do this one real quick before these people come up with their bikes. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I remember taking a picture right there at those rocks. I'm sweaty now. I can imagine what it's going to be like in 2 days, 3 days from now. Man, it's going to be crazy. The heat wave. See, then it's like probably going to get so wiped out with the heat, you're going to have to go inside again. Or walking indoors. It's like you can't win. Last time I came here, I went in the other direction, went down past Ridgewood all the way down to the Muse Bishop Bridge. Then there was a time back in March, I guess, where I parked at Kernick, Cecil Henderson Road, and went all the way through the National Tunnel and then to that Muse Bishop Bridge. I mean, I've covered all these sections of the trail. I'm taking my good old time today. Not interested in hurting my body. (980-50) bridge. It's cool that they have a sign there telling you what it is. It's 980 over there. See what I mean? It's wide open here. There's no trees. Right now it's not too sunny. There's like some clouds up there, but it's gonna get sunny. Before I get to the next set of trees, it's gonna get real sunny. No horses beyond this point. There's mile marker 22. You know, I see those signs all over, but I don't think I've ever seen a horse on the Montour Trail. I can't remember seeing any since I've been doing this in 2023. And you know, you'd know it if you saw horse manure on the side of the trail or something. You'd know. Plus, I've never seen an actual horse. Now here we are at this Venice Bridge. This is nice. Alright, so we're crossing over 980. That way goes up to Cannonsburgh. This way goes to McDonald through that little underpass over there. There's Route 50 that goes to the right and to the left. There's all these locks that people put up here. The Wherever Corner Cafe. So there's a road sign down there. Hickory 5 miles, Cecil 3 miles. Hi. Couldn't even hear those people coming up behind me. No announcement, no ringy ding. Now there's that wall down there. Yeah, you can see that there's that new piece. When they put this bridge in, there used to be, you'd have to walk across the road and then you go up some steps. The bridge wasn't there, but now the bridge is here. Now, back in March of this year, I only came down to this yard limit sign. I think because I was, just starting the trail running, trail walking this spring. I was like, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to get too tired. Plus, I think my leg was hurting. So I didn't go past this point back in March. I'm going to go there now.
Don't worry about it. You got the right to be here too, man. I'll wait.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one, man.
You too, thanks. Damn right you're gonna stop. Well, there was no announcement, so I turned around because I heard something. And then the guy was stopping. He started saying, oh, that's okay, I'll stop. You got the right of way, you got all that kind of crap. It's like, damn straight I got the right of way. I got the right to be here. Wasn't doing you any favors, buddy. I was just turning around to see what was going on. Hey, so he was pretty friendly. Okay, so this is the first time I've been on this part in 2025. This part that goes from Venice down towards Gilmore Junction. This is a pretty nice section right here. I like this here. Gilmore Junction. It's coming up. Well, way down there, down around that corner. It's a hot one. Now this, getting into the analogies, this right here, straight ahead, this reminds me of when you're down at bogs. Let's get a shot of that. It's heading towards Gilmore Junction. Now let's go back to Venice. Alright, so that's going to Gilmore Junction, doing a selfie. Nice straightaway there. And that is going back to Venice. Okay, getting these selfies in. Whew, man, I am sweating. Well, I'm just going to do my average walk, which is usually like, average is like 1.5 miles in one direction for a total of 3. So I'm going to do that today. I'm at 1.05 right now. So I'll get down here to Gilmore Junction and see where we're at. Should be close to 1.5 by that point. Yeah, this is very similar to, you go from bogs and you're heading down towards Santiago. Sort of reminds you of that. Hi. See, that's the way to do it. Well, go real slow on those bikes. That's the way I would be doing it too. Basically, because we're older. You get these young guys, man, they come flying through. Doing like racing preps.
Maybe
Hi.
she's so afraid.
Whoo-wee. I almost wish there was a tunnel up here so I can get cooled off. But unfortunately there's no tunnel. There's a little clearing right there. Huh, interesting. Now we're coming up to the Gilmore Junction. It's only at 1.2 miles right now. So it's really not as far as I thought. I'll go a little bit further then. So I was at this Gilmore Junction this year, 2025, I think twice. remember exactly, but came down from Galati Road and came down to this point. And maybe that was only once this year. I've been here many times, but I'm talking about 2025. There's the water. Let's look over here. Alright, so let's just look at this sign real quick. Gilmore Junction, 21.9 miles. Now I see that sign says Cecil Park Ramp 0.7. I take exception to that because I'm at 1.27. I always said from day one that sign, that mileage is wrong for that Cecil Park ramp. It's a little more than that. There's the Westland branch. I remember doing that this year. Came down from Galati Road, then down that way. Let's take a little pretty quick look at this over here. Oh, look at that. Yoga on the Trail is back. Saturday, June 21, 10 a.m. That's today. Yoga classes. No thanks. There's a sign about the Gilmore Junction. Man, it would have been really cool to see all this stuff, years ago. Morris Mine. Westland Mine. Gilmore Junction. Look at the Gilmore Junction in 1981 right there. Damn. Get me some water. Hi. You know what? I think I'm not going to go down to I'm at 1.3. I think I'm going to stop and turn around. I don't want to go down towards Galati because there's no shade. All the way down and all the way back there. I'm not doing that. I've done that this year already, so forget that today. I'm going to preserve our fluids. I'm sweating like crazy. Alright, so we're heading back out 1.3. So that'll be a decent walk, 2.6. Maybe I'll do a little more when I get back to the park. Gilmore Junction. Should have taken a selfie while I was standing in there. Let's go back. This will add to the mileage right here. We're heading back. I've done these so many times, but like I said, it doesn't get old for me. I love doing this. Alright, let's do this thing of this sign. Alright, so we're getting into selfie mode. Video. Alright, so there's a selfie of that sign. Lift that up. And then when you turn around, you see that Gilmore Junction shack. That thing's crooked. Gilmore Junction. Alright. Enough. Hi. on your right. Man, sweat's just pouring straight down my head. I was gonna use a napkin, but that ain't gonna work. I gotta break out the handkerchief. Whew. Damn. There's a little shade right here. Boy, that feels good. Whew. Get used to it, because this ain't nothing compared to what's coming. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even longer. Whew. I hear the northeast, more than just the northeast, the north diagonally cutting across the country. The east and north are getting this heat wave. Watch all these liberals start running out of global warming, global warming. Where were you about 2 weeks ago when we were having all that cold weather and floods and rain and shit? Whatever. This is a pleasant walk. See, because you get hot, and you get here a little shade. Then up further near Venice, you're going to get hot again. Then there's going to be shade all the way back, pretty much all the way back to the Cecil ramp. I remember those first times on this trail in 2023. I mean, even last year still. I would get chills sometimes coming in these places, thinking, man, this is so isolated. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Like, you're really not that far away from civilization, because there's like roads right over there and stuff, but it really feels secluded. So I was saying all that stuff on my video yesterday about these cars again, just rambling and talking to myself like an idiot. Then I started watching some of those videos last night about the Buick Envision. I'm like, I don't think I like that again. I'm back to not liking it again. I've been here back 3 months ago. I was in the exact same position. I'm like, I like it, then I don't like it. I get something bigger. Go all the way up to sizes like the Pilot, Honda Pilot, or Chevy Traverse, and start going, that's too crazy, that's too big. All the way back down. Like I said yesterday, you can't find a vehicle of my size, the Blazer, nowadays, with the V6. There's rare occurrence. Like, you could get a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but I thought I was interested in them back in March, but then in April. But then once I drove that rental and it had failing brakes, and the guy was telling me these Jeeps are notorious for maintenance issues and bad stuff. I'm like, forget about it. I'll never do it. So that Jeep Grand Cherokee might be a good thing for the same size as mine, even bigger than mine, plus power. But I won't be doing it. I'm not taking a chance. So we just keep on thinking about it and keep on looking. There's no hurry. And when I got my Blazer back in 2019, it was a unique vehicle put into that slot of a 2-row, but it's bigger than an Equinox, and it's kind of got some upscale stuff on it. Plus it's got a really decent engine and everything. But it costs more than all the competition, so I don't think it sold very well. It looks like they were going to discontinue it, but now they're going to keep it. They're not really promoting it very well. It's kind of like just trickling out, you know. You rarely see new ones anymore. I hope that changes. Let's look at this sign again. We did this before. Montour, Venice Bridge, Montour, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to read all that. Okay, railroad bridge over 50 and 980 was erected in 1913. And then 2 spans were removed in 2001, eliminating clearance problems for trucks. Okay. Then, stairs, okay, 2010, trail access. And that bridge was built 2015. So it's been 10 years, that bridge over there, that Venice Bridge. Milepost 24 measured the original. Okay. Yard limit, protected trains at Gilmore Junction. Okay. Alright, so we know all that. Just taking a break, that's all. Man, I am soaked. Just like I was last week when it was a cool weather day, but it was humid as hell. And today isn't that humid, a little bit humid, but not too much. But it's hot. Alright. Let's keep moving. Okay, where are we on? We're at 1.65 miles. So yeah, we got about a mile to go back. It's really cool that they were able to get the money to put this footbridge in. That's 10 years already. Wow. This is very similar to all the other footbridges, like in these viaducts and stuff. You got this kind of fence right here. You got since the roadway cover is pretty large. I got this other fence, so it makes it easy to walk here without getting like dizzy or anything. Imagine what this would look like if you didn't have that upper fence. Probably right about here you'd be like, whoa. This is almost identical to the way it is on the materials they use on the library viaduct. Alright, so there's mile marker 22. Interesting. Okay, so there's this sign right there, mile marker 22. They also have one on the other side. That's rare. Well, usually, okay, I understand. Usually, there would be a post with a sign on both sides of the post. Sign's only on one side, so they put it on that side to show you. Okay, that's pretty cool. You meet my approval. Alright, so there's 980 over there. I parked at this trailhead right here, this one right here. I parked at this one time back in 2023. I think it was maybe my second time on the trail. So what I did is I had parked on, the first time I parked at the Cecil Park and walked this way up the ramp and everything. Then the next day, I think I came to this trailhead because I thought I'd go further. You know, park here and then go further down towards Galati. I definitely don't like that trailhead. A tiny little thing there. Gotta watch the traffic. 980 is pretty busy road. Now that's a pretty cool shot right there. I should make a little montage of today's video versus, you know, clips versus the March. Man, look at the trees up there, man. That looks really cool. I'm gonna take another picture here. Alright. Alright, so there you go. That's going back towards Venice. There's that Venice Bridge. And then here is a nice cool shot. And then the trail curves. That's nice. There's Venice. And then there's that. I saw an email come up there while I was doing that. Check out that email real quick. Oh, okay. Enterprise rental survey. Okay, well, on that first rental, sir, I liked it maybe, you know, I don't really liked it too much, but it was okay for about a day and a half until the brakes failed and I had an accident. So then I didn't like it very much and I would never go into a Jeep in my life again. The second rental was better inside, but it was a really, really crappy engine. So underpowered. As a Toyota Corolla Cross, which you could definitely feel like the Toyota workmanship is a lot better. And inside that was just very spacious, but I don't know. I'm not going to complain. I got my vehicle back, so that's all that matters. I haven't really dealt with many rental companies. Huh? Flying on your left. Yeah, I remember taking a picture right here, right up here a little bit. That's nice and cool right here. I remember taking pictures of these rocks, commenting on the rocks, the formations. Figure that was cut for the trains, train line. This was probably cut like more than 100 years ago. Way more than 100 years ago. I wonder what this is going to look like 100 years from now. Bet you people in those days could not ever imagine this being a trail. But look, there's no more railroad tracks. Cool. It's not too bad. I'm feeling okay. Heart rate's doing really good. Sweating to beat hell, but that mixture of sun and cool. So like right now it's cool with the leaves. It's very helpful. So getting back to cars, let's talk about that. I remember doing this, man, back in March, I was going up and down the entire set of vehicles that exist and assessing them, watching videos of each, going to dealerships and looking at them and pretty much dismissing them and moving on. For a brief moment in time, I was also looking at those Dodge Durangos. So I thought, you want to get something that's powerful. That's going to be powerful for sure. Come to find out, they don't even have 360-degree cameras. The surround vision. They don't have them. What the hell? A couple weeks ago, I parked with that rental. I was down at Old Beaver Grade Road, parked there. When I came back to the car, that Dodge Durango had parked next to me, and it masked it, dwarfed it so much I couldn't even see the rental. How tiny that was compared to the Dodge Durango. But then I looked at that Dodge and said, yeah, see, there's no cameras on it. I mean, I guess you go back 15 years, I didn't have any cameras on my vehicle, so you survived. You survived your whole life without that. But now that you have it, you don't want to give it up. All of the bad judgments you make, when you're trying to park a car. Hi. Walking on your right. Think about how many times over the years you could have really used a camera. All those decades. We're talking now from the 70s up until 2010s, and I didn't have a camera. But then, you'd sort of like scrape your wheel against a curb or something. I remember when I first got those cameras, I'm like, wow, check out these cameras. I didn't even really need it because that Buick Encore was pretty small. But now I need it. Plus, it seems like when I'm getting older, the judgment isn't the same. I'm not able to judge stuff as much. It's kind of like I need extra help, Give me those cameras, man. Give me that view. I'll tell you, with the combination of that paintless dent repair on certain parts and then the traditional body shop on the other parts, my vehicle looks, cosmetically, it looks like it's brand new. It looks like it was 6 years ago. And I took care of it too, so got to remember, there were no scratches or dents anywhere on the whole vehicle. So that helps. But now it looks like it was when it was new. I'm really happy with it. Two and a half. There's a story on the news channels the other day about them Moon Township, Coriopolis area, everything. They're going to start ramping up the officers patrolling the trail riding bikes. That's good. That's great. That'll feel really safe. Because last year in October, that guy got killed down there near Haslam Road area. Some kind of freaking psycho killed him. Alright, now here comes that dude or a dude on a bike. It's one of those where it's like a crawler on the ground laying back. I've seen a guy like this before several times. He's got that bike where you're just laying back like he's laying on the ground and he's pedaling like rowing.
Great day to be out here, huh?
Ah, yep. Cool vehicle. Huh. Here comes that Cecil Park ramp. Alright, so there's that bench. Last time I was here, and I went straight towards the that Ridgewood area. This bench up here was not here. It was torn down. Let's look at this sign real quick. Cecil Park ramp. Here, this bench. Okay. So this is new concrete right here. Make sure you don't step in any weird shit. Kim and Stu Schroeder. That's a nice tribute right there. Yeah, this was missing last time. This area was under construction. Alright, so we're going to take a little break and then we're going to go down the ramp. Hi. Okay, there's the "You Are Here" sign. Well, since I'm here, let me just go ahead and blow this up on an alternate video, just for the hell of it. Whew, man, sweating so much. I'm down into my eyes. Alright, now we can run this asphalt. Can get all the stones off my shoes. Whew. This is kind of cool right here. It feels like a breeze. And it's a little shady. All the sunscreen's gone. I put that on my bald head. It's all gone now. My whole body's soaked. Yeah, see this moss growing down here, right there, and then on this side. That's really cool, seeing that. I first started coming here in 2023, in May of 23, on this park, in the park. always like this part, man. It's really pretty here. You know what I have to do? I don't walk around the park. Well, no, never mind. Forget it. I got this cam, this body cam on. There's all kind of kids in that. I don't want to be doing that. Yeah, in 2023, I used to go down to Collier Township Park, starting like I guess in March of that year till one day in May, early May, and I came there and it was full of people with some kind of sports thing, so I couldn't go, and I said, okay, I'll come down here. And I tried this, and I said, wow, and I stayed at this from May till September of 2023. And September 1st of that year I went on the trail, and then I stayed going on the trail after that. Never looked back. And they got a graduation party here. Whew. Wow, that's pretty cool. Side of the road.
Geez, we're hoping kids get across the street.
Got water down there. Alright, so we're coming back to the Blazer. Come around this side. Trying not to trying to get my license plate on the video. There it is. Beautiful side view profile. Alright. So, we're going to sign off from the Cecil Park, Saturday, June 21st, 2025, the first day of summer. Bye-bye.